Okay, good evening, everybody. Here we have Diana, Diego. Okay, I'm going to change your name again, Diego. Let me see. No, Diego. It's not Diego, it's Victor. Okay, Luciani, Diana, Lina, Maria Camila, Natalia, and Victor. Here you are, and we are going to start. I am already recording. No. Okay. Uy, que le echan como la bolita. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Is one. Okay, so today is March 11, 2025, and we're going to start our session of It's Time to Check for today. Welcome, everybody, and it's a pleasure to be with you, as always. Let's see what we are going to do today. We are going to start with something that we have already done. Vamos a empezar con algo que ya habíamos visto brevemente en el nivel anterior, in English A1, but it's important to remember in order for continue. Ok, vamos a empezar con algo que ya habíamos visto, una partecita que habíamos visto ya en el nivel de A1. And this is related to countable or uncountable subjects, nouns. Entonces vamos a hablar de qué es lo contable y lo no contable in English, ¿no? Taking into account in English. And in order to talk about countable and uncountable things, we especially talk about food, no? You can see here food, too much food. There are too many things which are countable, and there is too much things which are uncountable here. That's the first thing we are going to do. We are going to classify these subjects, these foods, in countable or uncountable. So let's remember what we did last period. Vamos a recordar algo de lo que hicimos el periodo anterior. Let's see, for example, if I see cream, what do you think? Cream is countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable, yes? Okay, for example, a carrot, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable. Okay. So remember, when we say countable, it means you can count. You can say 1 carrot, 2 carrots, 3 carrots, 4 carrots, no? Uncountable, you can't count. 1 cream, 2 creams, 3 creams. No, it's not possible. Let's continue. Apple, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Okay, countable. Water,
Uncountable.
sugar,
Uncountable.
salt,
Uncountable.
uncountable. Cookie,
Countable.
yes. Okay, cream, sugar, salt, uncountable. Let's see other which are not very common. For example, this meat, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Uncountable.
Uncountable, no meat.
Countable.
Meat is uncountable. Egg,
Countable.
okay.
Countable.
This one, money,
Countable.
uncountable. uncountable. No, money is not countable. You can't count the money. No los podemos contar, no contamos los billetes, las monedas, pero el dinero no podemos decir un dinero, dos dineros, tres dineros, no.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
that's the idea of this. Countable, 1, 2, 3, 4. Uncountable, you can say that. Hay aquí one of these, let me see this one. This one, bread, countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable.
Okay, let's see. Bueno, entonces tenemos bread. Acá sí hay dos nociones de esto, ¿no? Nosotros si vamos, o sea, son realidades diferentes. Nosotros si vamos a la tienda y compramos una bolsa con 5 panes, entonces ahí efectivamente estamos diciendo que bread, the pan is countable, ¿no? Pero si miran la imagen ahí, no sé si alcanzan a ver, es el pan ese completo y para sacar pedazos de ese pan, o sea, eso no se puede contar, se pueden contar, son las tajadas del pan que se cuentan, pero este así entero no. Entonces, ahí generalmente para la realidad del inglés, el pan, bread, is uncountable, ¿ok? Uncountable. Y lo mismo pasa, por ejemplo, con fruit. O sea, si nosotros tomamos una fruta como la manzana, yes, countable. Pero si decimos la realidad como tal de la fruta, no es contable. Hay cierta diferencia ahí. For example, banana, yes, countable, 1 banana, 2 bananas, no? Very easy. Coffee, countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable.
Okay, uncountable. No? You can say 1 cup of coffee, 2 cups of coffee, 3 cups of coffee. Cuenta las tazas, los vasos, las copas, los pocillos de café, pero no el café como tal. Okay, so that's okay. And rice, countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable.
Countable.
Bueno, rice, I'm going to put it here. Lo voy a poner acá porque no es contable. El arroz no es contable, o sea, no es que vamos a contar el arroz, o sea, por granito, no, usted cuenta el grano de arroz. 1 grano de arroz, 2 granos de arroz, 3 granos de arroz. Pero usted le dice 1 arroz, 2 arroces, 3 arroces, 4 arroces. ¿Ok? Take into account that. Tea. Countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable, no? You can count the cups of tea, but not the tea. Cheese.
Uncountable.
Uncountable.
Yes. Share.
Uncountable.
Countable, yes. 1 share.
Uncountable. Countable.
Countable. 1 share, 2 share, 3 shares. Okay. So we're going to stop here and we are going to do the next exercise. This one. Okay, taking into account that we are going to remember something we have already studied last period. Teniendo en cuenta eso, vamos a recordar algo que ya vimos. Era el there is y there are, nada más, ¿no? Como lo ven acá. But here is in question, no? This is a question. So, do you remember when do we use there is and there are? ¿Recuerdan? ¿Cuándo usamos el uno o el otro?
Yes.
Remember?
En tercera
When-
persona.
There is en singular y there are en plural.
Plural.
That's right. That's what we have studied last period. Nosotros hemos visto solamente esto. There is, there are. Okay? Both of them, there is and there are, means I. There is and there are means I, no? And we said that there is for singular, only one, and there are is for plural, no? Okay. And we are going to add something. Vamos a agregar algo. Entonces, there isn't negative form, there aren't the negative form, no? In order to say no I. No I. It's the same. There isn't, no hay cuando es una sola cosa. There aren't, no hay cuando son varias cosas. And the question, Lo que vamos a utilizar hoy. Is there, oh gosh, still is there, are there. So when we're going to make questions, we use is there or are there, no? Taking into account that if we are talking about only one thing, singular, we use is there. And if we are going to talk about plural, many things, we have to use are there, no? And we change the order. Is there, are there. Okay. Ese es el que vamos a utilizar hoy. Is there, are there. Pero para preguntar, ¿no? Para hacer preguntas. Okay. You get it? ¿Entendido?
Yes, I get it. We get it.
Okay. So, in this case, the correct answer, are there a jaguar or is there a jaguar?
Is there?
There.
There.
Is
Is
there?
there?
So,
Is
in
there.
this case, in this question, the correct answer is there. Okay. Let's see another one. Number 2. 3
Are
donkeys.
there?
Are
There
there?
or new? Are
Are
there.
there.
Are there?
Okay, we are talking about 3, so it's plural. We have to use are. An eagle, is there or are there?
Is there?
there?
Yes.
Is there?
Okay. Is there an eagle? Okay, this one, are there or is there?
Is there.
Is
Is
there?
there?
Is there. Profe, ¿qué quiere decir el an? ¿Hay un?
Okay, wait a minute. This one, this an,
Sí, señor. Un, ¿cierto?
yes. This one means un o una, no?
¿Y
Remember
cuando
that,
se usa?
remember that in English we use a or an, the articles a or an, with the meaning of un, uno, una. What is the difference? The difference is,
And es cuando lleva una vocal antepuesta y a es cuando lleva una consonante.
yes, that's right.
Esa es la diferencia.
Si la palabra siguiente de lo que estamos hablando empieza por vocal, like this one, alligator, we use an. Si la palabra que sigue empieza por consonante, we use a, ¿no? Okay. Let's continue, guys.
Gracias, profe.
Number 5. Any sea lions? Are there or is there?
Are there?
Are there?
Are there. Okay. Next. Is there a Peruvian hairless dog or are there a Peruvian hairless dog?
Is
Is
there.
there?
There. A Peruvian.
A Peruvian hairless dog. Okay, next.
Are there?
Are
Are
there?
there?
Are there
Any
any
foxes?
foxes? Okay, foxes. This one. Are there or is there 5 spectacle birds?
Are there?
Are
there?
there?
Because we're
Five.
talking about 5.
Are there 5?
Next. Are there or is there?
Are
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 there?
there?
under.
There
Are
because it's
there?
plural,
Any
no?
llamas?
And this one, is there or are there a Guinea pig?
Is.
Is there?
Is
Is
there?
there?
Okay, good. Now we are going to continue with the next question, but we are going to answer the question taking into account the picture. Okay? You are going to answer the question. For example, here the question is there or are there?
Are.
Are
Are
there?
there?
Are there?
Any penguins?
Okay. Here The correct answer is are there. Are there any penguins? Okay. And now, who can answer that question according to the picture? Look at the picture and look at the question and answer yes or no.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Taking into
There
account the
are
pictures, yes.
There
Are there
are
any penguins?
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
three
There are
Three
three
penguins.
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 Yes, that's what we are going to do.
Penguins.
We are going to complete the question and then we are going to answer it. Okay. Are there any penguins? Yes, there are 3 penguins. Taking into account the picture. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue. So, are there? Okay, I'm going to. This one, number 11. Are there or is there?
Is there
Is there-
a
Is
hippo?
there?
There
there-
are
The question is there a hippo?
Hippo.
A hippo. And the answer, what is the answer? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, what else?
There is.
There is one.
There is one hippo.
Okay, you can say one hippo or a hippo. That's okay, no? You can say both of them, a hippo or one hippo. That's okay. The full name of the animal is hippopotamus, no? But here you only say hippo. Okay, good. Let's continue. So Easter. Next. Are there or is there?
Is there?
There.
Okay, so the question is there a rabbit? And the answer, what is the answer? Yes or no?
No.
No,
No.
There
there is
isn't.
not.
No. There isn't.
No.
There-
For
A
example,
rabbit.
here
Not
you
a
can say,
rabbit.
no, there is not a rabbit. And I can make,
Houses.
Is
There is
one
There
a
is
duck.
duck.
a
dog.
Duck.
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 no, there is not that. Is there a rabbit? No, there is not a rabbit. There is a duck.
Duck.
Okay, creo que puedo hacer la aclaración ahí de qué es lo que hay, ¿no? Okay, cute. Next. This one, are there or is there?
Are there?
Are there
Are
Oh.
there?
Are
roosters?
there?
Just
If you don't know roosters, these are roosters or no? What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 Okay, in
There
English we
There
have
are
chicken.
roosters.
There are 6 roosters. Are roosters?
roosters, see. There are chickens, there are hens, and there are roosters, no? We have 3 words in English. Chicken, hen, and rooster. Chicken, you know what is a chicken,
Pollo.
right?
O pollo.
Pollo.
And hen,
Pollito.
Gallina.
yes, gallina. And rooster,
Gallo.
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 yes, that's correct.
Mhm.
So, are there any roosters? Yes. What is the correct answer?
There are
There are 6
6
Six.
One,
6.
are roosters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6.
6.
6.
6
Six
roosters.
roosters.
6 roosters.
Yes, there are 6 roosters. Okay, good. Next. Is there or are there?
Is there?
Is there?
Is there?
So the question is there. Is there a gorilla? No, gorilla. Remember that in English, the double L doesn't exist, ¿no? Ese sonido de la doble L como en el español, en el inglés no existen. Esa doble L si no se pronuncia como una L, gorilla, okay? So is there, and the answer, yes or no?
No.
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 Is
No.
there a monkey?
No.
There is
Monkey.
not
There is no.
a gorilla.
There is not gorilla.
There
There
is
A
a
monkey.
monkey.
There is a
monkey.
monkey.
There is a monkey. Good. That's right. Is there a gorilla? No, there is not a gorilla. There is a monkey.
There is a monkey.
Next. Number 16. Is there or are there?
Are there?
Are there?
Are there? Are there any cook of the rocks? And how do we answer that? Yes or no?
No. There
What
are.
do you think?
No.
So we are going to answer in negative form, no? There are not.
No.
Remember that you can say there are not or there aren't, no? There aren't any cooks of the rocks.
Profe, ¿eso que está ahí, Cooks of the Rock, es un animal o qué es?
Right? Anyone
No,
knows?
¿Es a la frisbee?
Cooks es como comer, ¿no? El pollo asado, creo que es. Sí, no
No.
estoy mal.
Cocinar. Están cocinados
Como
a
el
las brasas.
frío.
Cocinados. ¿Y el
Es una
rocks? ¿Qué
clase
es
de
rocks?
ave.
¿Rostizados o qué es rocks?
No, it's another type or kind of bird. Cooks of the rocks es una otra clase de pájaro, de ave.
Es gallito de roca.
Sí, o sea, nosotros, que yo sepa, no sé si aquí en Colombia existirá ese animal, pero es un pájaro, es un como rojo con negro, generalmente es. Pero así se llama, Cook of the Rocks. Cook of the Rocks. Ah, bueno, pero acá, mire, acá en la parte superior derecha, ahí, ese sí es, este que está por acá, ese es un ave. Sí, pero este no, este es un chicken. So there aren't any cooks of the rocks. There are 6 chicken. Okay. Okay, we are finished. Now we are going to do something else. Ahora le vamos a agregar algo más. This one. Let me see here. This one. No. Oh my God. This one. Wait a minute. This one. Now we are going to use only 2 words.
Richard, dejas de compartir pantalla.
Yes, wait a minute. This one. Now we are going to add something else. Le vamos a agregar algo más ahora. In English, this one. Let's see. We have the word much or many. Only those 2 words, much or many. You know what does it mean? Much or many. ¿Saben qué significa much or many? Cuando lo encuentran así solo, much. O cuando encuentran many. Do you know?
¿Mucho y alguno, algo así?
Muchos.
Poco.
¿Cuánto?
Uy, mucho poco.
¿Cuánto y cuántos? Much.
Solo much, solo many.
¿Cuánto?
Only much, only many. Cuando encuentran estas 2 palabritas, solamente así. Much,
Mucho.
Much es
Many.
or many.
cuánto. Y many, ¿cuántos?
Mucho.
Okay. Estas dos
O cuánto.
translate into Spanish like mucho, muchos, muchas. Puede significar cualquiera de esas tres cosas. Mucho, bueno, mucho, mucha, muchos o muchas. ¿Entendido? Cualquiera de esas cuatro palabras significa. What is the difference between those two words? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre esas dos palabras?
Y uno está en singular y otro en plural.
Not really, but it's related. Está relacionado, pero no es exacto. Much is with non-countable. And many is with countable.
Contable.
Cuando estamos hablando de cosas contables, utilizamos many. Cuando estamos hablando de cosas no contables, utilizamos much. ¿Ok? Much, non-countable, many, countable. And, y acá viene lo que ya decía Víctor, pues yo le decía que estaba en cierta parte relacionado, pero no era exacto. Cuando hablamos de many, que es contable, entonces porque son muchas, son varias. Cuando hablamos de much, que es no contable, estamos hablando de una sola cosa, en singular, ¿no? Singular. Okay, let's see the examples. Let's see the examples and you are going to understand. Miremos los ejemplos y entenderán. For example, number 1, there are much or many people in the hall. What do you
Many.
think?
Many.
Many. Many.
Okay, we have to pay attention to what are we talking about. Tenemos que mirar de qué estamos hablando. In this case, people,
People.
People.
personas, ¿no? Personas, gente. Son contables, que utilizamos many. ¿Okay? Many. Okay. There are many people in the hall. Sí, hay muchas personas. Where? What is the hall?
O el pasillo.
Bueno, tiene dos significados.
Sala.
Es el pasillo, que puede ser dentro de la casa, ese pasillo que lleva de la puerta a la sala. O ese hall también es un salón grande, un salón grande. Es cuando estamos hablando, for example, in the restaurants or in the hotels, there is a hall, que es el pasillo, ese salón grande al que lo lleva uno a la recepción. Ese es el hall. Los que vieron muñequitos, había algo que llamaba Hall of Justice, el Salón de la Justicia, cuando veíamos unos muñequitos que eran super amigos, algo así. In the Hall of Justice. Okay, next, number 2, I don't have much or many time to clean the room.
Much.
Wash.
We are
I
talking
don't
about
have much time
time.
to clean the room.
Oh, time is non-countable, so I have to say much, no? Much time. I don't have much time to clean the room. Good. Next. Tim, number 3, Tim has Tim has much time or many work, to do.
Much.
Much. Here we are talking about work, and work is not countable. So we have to use much. Much. Tim has much work to do. Next, I have got, number 4, I have got much or many CDs at home.
Many
Many.
cities.
So CDs are countable. So we use 1 CD, 2 CDs, 3 CDs. So we have to use many. I've got many CDs at home. Now a negative. This is a negative sentence. There isn't. And we talk about food. Uncountable or countable.
Non-countable, much.
Okay, non-countable. So we have to complete this sentence with much.
Much.
There isn't much food in the fridge. Next. Number 6, there are much or many apples in the basket.
Many.
Countable. Many.
Many, that's right, because apples are countable, so we use many. Good. Number 7, there is much or many snow.
Much.
Much.
So, snow is not countable, then I have
Much.
to use much. And the last one, number 8. We have
Many.
many or much in our garden.
Many.
So
Many.
trees are countable. We have to say many. Many trees in our garden. Okay, so lo que nos decía Víctor, que era singular y plural, vamos a reiterar eso. Estaba hablando de árboles, trees, plural, entonces utilizamos many, ¿sí? Apples, plural, entonces utilizamos many. CDs, plural. Ahora, ¿cómo sabemos que está en plural? Yes. Apples, CDs, trees, and here we have a difference. Y acá tenemos algo que no cumple con la regla, que es people, ¿no? You don't say peoples, ¿no? Peoples no se puede decir. People ya es plural, ¿no? Gentes, gente, personas, ¿no? People. Es la única. El resto de todas las otras sí. Y decíamos que much, lo decía Víctor, era para singular. Sí, time es uno solo, work es uno solo, food es uno solo, snow es uno solo. Okay? Now we are going to read the sentence. Listen it, please. Read number 1. Listen it. Please, the first sentence. Sentence number 1, please. Listen it, read.
There are many people in the hall.
Okay, Natalia, number 2.
I don't have much time to clean the room.
Okay, number 3, Daniel.
Tim has much work to do. Es Janet
Okay,
Pinzón.
Okay, Daniel is not Daniel.
Janet Pinzón, pero está así. Igual que Víctor, que está como Diego.
But are you Janet Pinson? Or no? No?
Yes.
Okay, Janet. I write Janet. This one. Like this, I suppose, Janet. Okay. There is another Janet. Hi there. Next. Number 4.
I
Hi.
have got many CDs at home.
Okay, number 5. Lina Marcela.
There isn't much food in the fridge.
Okay, there isn't, no, pronunciarlo una sola. There isn't much food in the fridge. Okay, there isn't. Number 6, Lina Marcela.
There are many apples in the basket.
Many apples in the basket. Okay,
And
Victor, number 7.
There is much snow in the street.
In the street. In the street. Okay, and the last one, Juliana.
We have many trees in our garden.
In our garden. We have many trees in our garden. Okay, number 1, there are many people in the hall. It's clear. I don't have much time to clean the room. Dice que no tengo mucho tiempo para qué.
Para limpiar el
limpiar
cuarto.
la habitación.
Okay, number 3. Tim has much work to do. Tim tiene que
Mucho trabajo que
Mucho
hacer.
trabajo que hacer.
mucho trabajo que hacer. Number 4, I have got many CDs at home.
Ujú. I have-
Yo,
Yo tengo muchos
Oh.
CDs en la casa.
remember that I have is the same as I have got. I have y I have got is the same, ¿no? Es que más que todo en el inglés británico utilizan este got, ¿no? I have got many CDs at home. Number 5, there isn't much food in the fridge. ¿Qué no hay?
Ellos no
Hay
tienen mucha comida
comida.
en el
Bueno,
refrigerador.
Refrigerador.
Okay. Number
Refrigerador.
6, there are many apples in the basket. Hay
Hay
muchas.
muchas manzanas en la
Manzana
canasta o
en la
cesta.
canasta.
Okay, yes, in the basket, en la canasta. Number 7, there is much snow in the street.
Hay mucha
Hay
nieve
mucha
en la
nieve en la calle.
En la entrada.
En la calle,
Ah, en
street.
la calle.
Yes.
La
And
entrada.
number 8, the last one, we have many trees in our garden. Tenemos muchos
Árboles en el
Árboles en
Árboles.
nuestro jardín.
En
in
la-
our
en el
garden.
jardín.
Okay, good. Okay, and let's see here. And we are going to explain this one. Now, we see there is, there are, we see countable or uncountable, we see much and many, and now we have how many, how much, ¿no? Acá recogemos todo. How many and how much. Ahora sí, listen it. How much and how many? What does it mean, how much and how many? What did you say before?
¿Cuánto y cuántos?
Yes.
How much, cuánto y how many, cuántos. Para preguntar.
Yes. Okay. When we find how many, how much, it means cuánto, cuánta, cuántos, cuántas. Todos los significados pueden tener according to the sentence, according to the context, ¿no? De acuerdo al contexto puede tener cualquiera de esos significados. Ahora, now. When do we use how much? When do we use how many? So, how much, we use how much for uncountable nouns. And we use how many for countable. Okay? How many? For countable. How much for uncountable nouns? Entonces, cuando estamos hablando de cosas contables, how many? Cosas no contables, how much? Okay? So, let's see. For example, we are going to make an exercise. An example we have here, let me see books. We have this one, this word, books. It's a countable or uncountable noun.
Countable.
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 So if I'm going to make a question, we use how many or how much?
How many?
How many?
How many?
How many books? Now, we use is there
In the library.
or are there?
Are there?
Are
Are
there?
there?
Are
Okay,
there?
it's plural, books, so we use are there.
Or.
And look at this. How many books are there in the library? You understand the question, right? Está
Right.
clara la pregunta.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to ask the question and I'm going to say there are many or much books. What do you say?
Many.
Many.
Many. Many.
Many, that's right. So we are using here the concept of countable or uncountable. How many, how much? Are there or is there? And many or much, yes? All of them. Y entonces reunimos todos, ¿sí? Estamos utilizando todas esas nociones que vimos de contable, no contable, de singular y plural, de cuánto y cuánto, how many, how much, y el solo many o el much, cuando utilizamos uno del otro. Let's see another example now. For example, milk. If I'm going to ask a question with milk, what do we use? How many or how much?
Much.
Much.
Okay, we have to say how much because milk is uncountable now. Okay, how much milk
Is
there or are there?
is there?
There.
Is there because
Is there?
milk is singular, so we use is. And the complement, how much milk is there in the fridge?
Rich.
And that's all. How much milk is there in the fridge? And I'm going to ask to answer the question.
There
Have to
is
change the order. There is and much or many milk.
Much.
Mash.
Much.
Okay, there is. I'm going to change the answer. I'm going to change the answer. Okay. So, for example, I'm not going to say there is much milk. I'm going to say there are 2 bottles of milk. Is that correct or not?
Yes. That's
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. You can answer like this. Podemos contestar de varias maneras la pregunta, ¿no? For example, I'm not going to say there is too much milk. No, I'm going to say there are 2 bottles of milk. And here we change because we are talking about bottles. 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles. Estamos hablando de botellas. So we have to change is and we have to use are. There are 2 bottles of milk because 2 bottles is plural. So I have to use are. Is it clear?
Yes.
right.
Okay, that's right. Correct. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a 2 more things. I'm going to give you, for example, let me see, let me think. I'm going to give you this one, pencils. And you are going to make 1 question and 1 answer with this word, okay? Pencils. You are going to make a question using how many and how much, is there or are there, and you are going to answer the question, okay? And another one with a coffee. Okay? Did you understand? Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, you are going to
Yes.
make 1 question like this and 1 answer like this with pencils. And after that, you are going to do the same with coffee. Okay, and you are going to write the questions and the answers in the chat. Okay, so go ahead, please.
Sorry, ¿qué dice?
Okay, guys, we are going to stop here and I'm going to check. I'm going to stop. Wait a minute. I'm going to stop sharing. Going to check some sentences out. Let me see some of them. Wait a minute. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to this one. Okay. I have copied some of them, some of the sentences you have written in the chat, like this. I don't know who wrote each one of them. Bueno, vamos a ver. How many pencils are there in the desk? Good. How many pencils are there in the suitcase? Good. The quotation mark, remember the quotation mark, this one is very important because it's a question. There are 2 pencils in your suitcase. Good. Here, we have to take into account the difference between in the desk or on the desk, no? We can say both of them, in the desk or or on the desk. Pero son totalmente diferentes. Si yo digo, how many pencils are there on the desk? Estoy diciendo cuántos lápices hay encima del escritorio, ¿no? Y si yo digo, how many pencils are there in the desk? Están dentro del escritorio, ¿no? Pay attention. Remember that. It's different. In English, it's different. This one is okay. This one, there are 2 pencils in your suitcase. It's okay. How many pencils are there in the table? The same. Acá, esta preposición in the table, it's not correct. Porque usted no va a decir dentro de la mesa. Dentro de la mesa, no. You say on the table, okay? On the table. There are 4 pencils on the table. Again, on the table. How many pencils in the drawer? Acá sí nos faltó algo. Casi quedamos hablando como, how many pencils in the drawer? Dice, ¿cuántos lápices en la gaveta, en el cajón? Nos faltó. Are there? How many pencils are there in the drawer? ¿Cuántos lápices hay acá? Sí, in, porque dentro de la gaveta, ¿no? Okay, there are many pencils in the drawer. Yes, hay muchos lápices, correct. How much coffee in the kitchen? How much coffee? Good, good, good. But is there? How much coffee is there in the kitchen? ¿Cuánto café hay? ¿Cierto? Ahora, esta la estamos haciendo así, pero aquí vamos a ver que hay un ejemplo con otra estructura que también es válido. And the answer, there is much coffee in the kitchen. Perfect. How much coffee are there in the desk? There is a mistake here. What is the mistake? Hay un error. ¿Cuál es el error? When I say mistake, es un error, ¿no? There is a mistake here. What is the mistake, guys? Can you see the mistake?
Coffee is there?
Yes. How much coffee is there? Estamos hablando de café, uno solo, singular, no contable, is there in the desk. And here we have the difference, no? In, on. But we can say in, okay. And the answer, there is 1 cup coffee on the desk. I suppose it's on, and we have a mistake here that is 1 cup of coffee, ¿no? Una taza de café, 1 cup of coffee, ¿no? There is 1 cup of coffee on the desk. Good. Next, how many pencils are in the suitcase? There, how many pencils are there in the suitcase? How much coffee do you put in the water? Ya esta me refería yo, mire. Esta oración, perfecto. How much coffee do you put in the water? Acá no estamos utilizando el are there, el is there. Es otra estructura, pero es perfectamente válida. ¿Cuánto café do you put in the water? ¿Cuánto café usted pone en el agua? Okay. How much coffee do you put in the water? Acá no supe si dio la respuesta, no, pero ahí la respuesta sería como I put, for example, 3 spoons, 3 spoons of coffee. That would be a good answer. I put 3 spoons of coffee. ¿Cuánto café pone en el agua? Yo pongo 3 cucharadas de café. 3 spoons of coffee. Next. How much coffee there is in the kitchen? There are 3 pounds. Okay, this one is good. But here is a mistake. What is the mistake here? Yes, it's a question. So you have to say, is there? Is there? And here, look at this. Acá hacemos la pregunta con how much coffee. Acá lo estamos haciendo como no contable y con singular. Pero en la respuesta lo podemos cambiar, mire. Porque ya no vamos a decir, está preguntando cuánto café hay. Y él está contestando no que hay mucho, no que hay poco. Sino que está diciendo que hay 3 libras, ¿no? Entonces, there are 3 pounds. Allá pasamos a algo que es contable, pound, 1 libra, 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. Perfect. And that's all. Okay, let me see that there is another one. How much coffee is there in the cup? There is 3. Okay, vamos a mirar esta que hizo Víctor acá. This is the last one. This. Because it's important to take into account some important information. Okay, how much coffee is there in the cup? Perfect, it's good. Coffee is with double E, no? Double F, double E. Okay, coffee. And look at the answer. There is 3 tablespoons of coffee. Is it good or not?
No, profe, qué pena era Ari noise.
Okay. You realize the mistake by yourself. There are 3 tablespoons of coffee. Okay? There are 3 tablespoons of coffee. Hay 3, ¿no? Entonces, como es plural, 3. Okay, let me see. There is another one. I think that's okay. That's good. So that was a good exercise. And let me see. We have here another one. In order to finish this one, are you looking at the screenshot, at the screen, right? My screen.
No, sir.
No? Okay, sorry. I'm going to share again. Let me see, share my screen. Now, this one, we are going to finish doing this exercise. We have here some questions, and we have 2 options. How many or how much? So, number 1, how many or how much?
How many?
How many?
How many?
Number 1 is how many? We are talking about apples, so how many? Number 2,
How many?
How
How
many?
many?
how many? Number 3,
How much?
How much?
number 4,
How much?
How much?
How much?
How many?
How many?
How
How
many?
many?
How
How
much?
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 much,
How much?
How
Y how
many?
How
How
many?
How many?
many?
many,
Many.
How
How
much?
much?
How much?
How much?
the last
How
one,
How
many?
many?
how many? Okay,
Profesor,
esto, yes, Luzanet.
una pregunta, pues es como capciosa casi porque que me inquieta cuando se habla de las estrellas y uno siente que las estrellas son incontables, ¿cierto?
Póngale
Porque
cuidado, yo le voy a
¿quién
explicar
se
en
va a
español.
poner a contar eso?
Yo le voy a
Las
explicar en
estrellas.
español.
Pasa.
Una cosa es que se pueda contar y otra que nunca se terminen de contar.
Ya, entiendo.
Porque usted las cuenta y dice, ah, mira, ya hay 1 estrella, 2 estrellas, 3 estrellas. Ahora, ¿usted va a terminar de contarlas? No, never. Que son infinitas, ya es otra cuestión, pero que se puedan contar, o sea, que se le pueda colocar el 1, 2, 3, 4 antes, es lo que cuenta o es lo que se utiliza o sirve para saber si es contable o no contable. Si usted le puede decir 1 estrella, 2 estrellas, 3 estrellas, listo. Diferente a decir 1 azúcar, 2 azúcares, 3 azúcares, ¿sí? Si no, ¿qué es la diferencia?
Sí, como mejor dicho, cuando uno utiliza la expresión cuánto en español, entonces, digamos, cuánto azúcar, cuánto pan, cuánta leche, cuánto
Es.
dinero tiene, entonces how much. Y si es ya cuántos panes o digamos panes, no, que casi siempre se usa, cuántos árboles, cuántos perros, cuántos estos, entonces, o cuántas manzanas hay, entonces ahí sí sería el how many, ¿no?
Yes. Ahora, miremos acá. Look at this. Here we have different types of questions. Tenemos diferentes tipos de preguntas. Unas como las que estamos haciendo, la estructura que estamos haciendo. How many apples are there in the basket? ¿Listo? How many snow is there in the mountains? How many students are there in your class? Okay. How many stars are there in the sky? Okay. Todas estas son como la estructura que estamos haciendo. Pero también tenemos otras. How much time do we need? Okay. What are we asking for? ¿Qué estamos preguntando ahí? How much
¿Cuánto
time do we
tiempo
need?
¿Cuánto
necesitamos?
tiempo?
Necesitamos? Okay. How much water is in that glass?
¿Cuánta agua hay en el vaso?
Vas.
Sí, ¿cuánta agua hay o cuánta agua está en el vaso? How many books have you got?
¿Cuántos libros tienes?
Okay.
¿Cuántos libros? Sí.
Libros tiene, ¿no? El have you got es el mismo que do you have. Have you got? How much money can we spend? ¿Cuánto dinero qué?
Podemos gastar.
Gastar.
Puede
Yes.
gastar.
How many people in Poland speak Chinese?
Nena, no insista.
¿Cuántas personas en
Polonia.
Poland, que es Polonia, hablan chino?
Yes.
Mm,
That's right. Entonces, tenemos la estructura normal, que es el order o list el que más utiliza, pero también tenemos otro tipo de preguntas como how many or how much. Y este tipo de ejercicios, pues hay que hacerlo, hay que practicar para que se vuelva algo casi que automático. Uno va a hacer una
Ay,
pregunta.
mire quién está buscando las ventanas. Sorry.
Yes. Ok. Que se vuelva algo automático, ¿no? Por ejemplo, yo les digo a ustedes, vamos a preguntar, ¿cuántos niños hay en el salón de clase? Entonces uno no va a poder pensar, niños, se dice children son contables, children son singular o plural, entonces ¿cómo la hago? No, ya que sea algo más automático. Entonces, how many children are there in the classroom? How many children are there in the classroom? How many? Porque son contables. Los niños. Are there? Porque son varios. ¿Sí? How many children are there in the classroom? ¿Sí? Algo así, más automatizado, más rápido. Que no nos pongamos a traducir y a gastar tanto tiempo, ¿no? Entonces vamos a preguntar, ¿cuántos carros hay en el garaje? How many cars are there in the garage? How many cars are in the garage? ¿Sí? ¿Cuántos supermercados, cuántos centros comerciales hay en la ciudad? How many shopping malls are there in the city? How many shopping malls are there in the city? ¿Sí? Espero que lo hagamos así, pero es practicando. You have to practice, you have to practice, practice, practice. Y si vamos a preguntar cosas que no son contables, entonces, ¿cuánta agua hay en la jarra? How much water is there in the jar? How much water is there in the jar? ¿Cuánto dinero usted tiene en el banco? How much money do you have in the bank? How much money do you have in the bank? ¿Cuánto dinero tiene en el banco? Okay, that's all for today, guys. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop recording the